There is only so much in there. Not everything can be borne. Worse than that was the blow to morale. This was what I had to look forward to all day, these conditions, losing myself in work, doing the best I could against boredom. All I want is to get on with it when I'm out there. Instead, I spend half the day taking blows and waiting. The light in the shed went on, and McRae's boy, Neil, came out of the house and across the track to feed the beasts. He seems to like what he does. Maybe it's the prospect of owning the place when the old man gives up, or maybe he pretends just enough to get by. The beasts get excited when they hear him, moving around in their stalls. He tells me they show affection. Because he brings them food, they think he's their friend. He gave me a wave. We don't say much. In winter, I drive a lot in unlighted areas and on farm tracks. This is what it is to be a builder in the Highlands. For this reason, I always buy a white van. It's more visible in the dark. The present van is 4 years old and going on for 85,000 miles done. It's becoming unreliable. Soon, it will have to go. This means another bank loan. For the same reason, it's streaked with mud halfway up its sides, right up to the Master Builder's sign. I keep up with membership. It separates me from the Heelys of the building world when it comes to fine work. What I like best is handling good-facing bricks, keeping them dead plumb, dead square, matching in the coloured pointing. Being in the Master Builders keeps me in good with the architects, the ones who do one-off individual houses. I like to think of those houses standing 100 years from now. There was a time I wanted to sign my walls like paintings, so people would know who built them. I take the same attitude into this other, heavier work. It doesn't matter that it's a chamber that's going to be buried and filled with sewage. Someday, after I'm dead, it might be emptied and someone will go in and see. Nobody alive cares, but Harry, the clerk of works, and he claims he's responsible for everything that's done right, and none of the rest. It's an ego trip for him now, where it used to be a religion. The engine started third turn, but the windscreen and the air blower were both icy. I had to sit freezing in the stale fug left over from Malky's cigarettes, gunning the engine until it warmed up. When a soft patch appeared in the middle, I went outside with the cloth and made it just big enough to see through. Back inside the van, my head felt like it was going to split as I leaned over the wheel and peered into the headlight beams. I turned round the farmhouse and onto the track and headed out. Grass in the middle of the track was coated with frost. The van lurched from side to side in the ruts. Now and again, the lights picked out sheep eyes in the field. There's something hellish about a split eyeball staring at you from a sea of darkness. Listening to Malky puts these ideas in my head. He reads horror comics, collects videos like Rosemary's Baby and The Wicker Man. You could think he believes in that stuff. At the end of the farm track, I turned onto the single-track road and, at the bottom of that, the main road into town. I drove through with the wipers going, gradually clearing the screen, past the police station and away. My head had to focus through the last night's drink. Quick movements would set it spinning. Concentration is a struggle at the best of times. My head goes everywhere when I'm driving. The job I'm going to, the last job, the next job, the number 2 squad, measurements. The wife doesn't invade the way she used to. Now she gets her money straight from the bank. I don't see her anymore, and, if I don't see her, she fades. This morning, I felt so rough I had to force all of my mind onto the road, deeply aware of my hands on the wheel, of gripping too hard. The tyres on the asphalt, how any sudden movement could have the van weaving. Malky was outside the garage in the muir just across from the pub where I'd left him. It almost looked like he'd spent the night in there and staggered out in the morning. We were both far gone when I took him home. The difference was he would have stopped then. Sandra would have made sure he was fed and clean before she put him to bed. She'd turn him out to meet me in the morning, knowing I would be up for work no matter what.